Erika, thanks very much for joining us from Stockholm. Just give us your sense of the outlook for the Nordic markets.
Yes, it looks stable. We have a healthy GDP growth and we've outperformed the euro area for the last 15 years. And on top of that, we have the population growth and it seems to continue to grow. The unemployment rate is also lower than the euro area. I think also it contributes a lot to the stability is that the governmental debt is a low degree in terms of the GDP growth. It allows us to spend more now during the pandemic. So the low governmental debt definitely helps us in the situation. It's a stable macro outlook, and that's positive for the property sector. And I think we still can consider the Nordic countries to be a safe haven to invest in.
What are you seeing in terms of capital flows, Erika?
As always, there's a lot of capital flowing into the region, but there's also a lot of capital flowing within the region. So there's a lot of transaction between the Nordic countries, and Sweden and Norway are not as dependent as Denmark and Finland are with cross-border activities. 2020 was actually a quite active year. It was higher transaction volume than in 2019. And it's been stable now since 2015 in terms of total transactions volume in the Nordics. It's been around 30 to 40 billion euro each year. And the Nordic market is actually the most liquid market in Europe. And it's the third largest transaction market in total.
And Erika, what are you seeing in terms of the sectors?
It's the same as the rest of Europe. Beds and sheds are extremely popular, and we see record yield levels on a constant basis. But then, of course, we have the public use sector, which is a big sector in the Nordic markets, and it's in a mature market. We expect that to continue to even be a bigger sector in the Nordics. Then, of course, light industrial is also a popular sector.
There's a lot of focus, Erika, obviously, on some of the more niche sectors. What are you seeing there in terms of the Nordics?
Yes, some of the niche sectors are a bit too small to be a niche sector. I would say life science, of course, is a small sector in Sweden. We have a lot of these properties in the Nordics. To be considered as an own sector, probably not. Data center is a relatively new sector in the Nordics. It's an immature market, but it's in a growing sector. And that's a sector where also we have invested, and we spotted that trend quite early. But we're positive to continue to grow in that sector.
Great, really interesting to see how some of these niche sectors are coming to the fore, and particularly that focus on the public real estate side. Thanks very much for joining us, Erika.
Thank you.